So, hi everyone. This is Country Music News International. My name is Nigel Sharpe, and way over there on the other side of the big pond, that is Josie Sal. Very much an up and coming young singer, songwriter. So, first question: where are you?
I'm in Nashville.
Ah, okay.
So I'm here till kind of middle of March. I bounce between Pittsburgh, Nashville, and Florida. So I am in Nashville right now.
Let's get to that songwriting straight away. When did you start writing songs?
I started professionally writing songs, I'd say about 2 years ago, but I've kind of been a writer my whole life. I only started singing 2 years ago. So I just started writing then, but I would always write like books and little songs. I wrote my first song when I was, I think, 6 or 7. Um, I can't sing the song because it's about my grandpa who passed away. I can't get through the song without crying, but I've
Okay.
kind of written my whole life, but I just started writing songs that I'm gonna put out like 2 years ago.
So that was actually going to be my next question. Sort of, when did you start singing
I started
seriously?
singing, yeah, I started singing seriously. I'd say it's about 3 years ago now. I started singing off a dare from my dad. No one knew that I could sing at all,
Okay.
but there's my family is a bunch of daredevils, so we'll always take a dare. And I wanted $20 to go shopping, and dad was like, "No, but I'll give you $20 if you sing with the band." And I was like, "Hey, $20 is $20. I'll sing with the band." And he asked, and originally they said no. And we had no expectations because we were like, where did that come from? I'm not a singer. Um, and then he asked again. They said, yeah, sure. I got up and I caught the bug for sure. Ever
Right.
since I've loved singing.
Yeah, I wish my dad had offered me money to to sing. When I told him I wanted to be a professional musician, and he was a musician himself in the British military, he said, "Oh, you could do anything, but don't be a professional musician. It's a terrible life." And I said, "But Dad, that's what I want to do." Anyway, I'm still here. I've been a professional musician all my life, and I don't regret it a moment.
Yeah, I'm so glad I took the dare because my sister was like, "Oh, she won't do it. Like she's not a singer." And I was like, "Helena, there's money on the table."
There you go.
Like, I was like, "I'm in it for the money." I was like, "I have
That's
nothing to lose."
yeah, absolutely. Now, checking out sort of some stuff on the internet, which I've got on my other screen over here. I was checking out this little video about you going on to American Idol. Now, I didn't know that you had to be, what is it, 15 years old before they'd let you sort of perform.
Yeah, so I got to sing with Lainey Wilson, I'd say about a year ago.
Right.
And I got to sing with her off a sign. And my sign said, "Too young for Idol. Can I sing Watermelon Moonshine with you?" And I kind of thought it was going to happen, but I also didn't really think it was going to happen. So we went to the concert in Tampa, and my dad was like, "Okay, get up on my shoulders." And we had her set list. I don't remember how we got the set list, but we had
Yeah.
her set list. So I got up on my dad's shoulders and I was holding up my sign, and she started singing Watermelon Moonshine. And I was like, "Oh, well, I guess it's not going to happen. So, like, I can get down now." And my dad was like, "Thank the Lord because my shoulders are breaking." So he was starting to like get me off. And all of a sudden, she came across the stage and she said, "Hey, where's Josie?" And I was like, "Dad, Dad, Dad, get up, get up!" I was like, "Hurry!" And he got up and we went over to like the barricade, and she posted it on her Instagram.
Okay.
And the next morning, I wasn't really expecting anything, but the next morning, I got like 500 notifications from my friends, and I was like, "Guys, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not up. You know
Right.
this." So it's like, and I looked at my phone because I was like, what are all these dings? And I looked down and American Idol tagged me, and I was like, what is going on? And later we did a Zoom meeting with them. And they were like, we want you to sing us a song because we have a surprise for you after. And I was like, well, what could this be? Like, it's like, what? I was like, do I get to meet someone or something? And he was like, we have a VIP pass for you when you turn 15. And my mind is still blown to this day. But yeah, you have to be 15 to be on the show.
There you go. I did not know that. So,
Yeah,
how
I
long have
think
you?
they may have changed it to 14 though.
Okay, I was going to say, how long do you have to wait now?
Yeah,
'Cause-
now it's either a year or 2 years because I'm
okay,
13 now. So
yeah.
yeah.
I was just trying to think what I was doing when I was 13. I was in a band because the guys at school, one of the guys, well, actually, he was the lead guitar player. He said, "Do you want to join a blues band?" And I said, "I'll join any band. I don't mind what it is." So we were all in the same year at school. We were all 13. Did we do any gigs? No. We used to rehearse every Saturday morning in the lead guitarist's front room. How his parents put up with a racket that we were making in their living room, I will never know. They were so
So I started off after the dare. My parents, there's no musicians in my family.
right.
No one sings, nothing. So I was the first one, and so my parents, after we actually was like, oh, I can sing. My parents, their exact words were, oh, now what do we do with you? And I was like, that's a great question. I'm wondering the same thing. So I went into School of Rock. So I actually started out in a band. But I started out singing Van Halen and Twisted Sister, so not at all country.
Okay, as one does. Yeah.
And yeah, and then so that was kind of how I got started. And actually, I realize now that it was really helpful to start in a band. But yeah, I started out in a band, and there's like no one my age in the band. They were all like 16, and I was like, guys, I feel like a toddler around here.
I was just thinking about singing. I mean, a lot of people start singing in church. I mean, I did when I was about 7. Your kind of experience of that is really quite different. I mean, when I was a teenager growing up, we were listening to blues, which kind of morphed into rock and roll. So by the end of that, my teenage years, I was going to watch Led Zeppelin. And then I heard a band called the Eagles. And I thought, where do these guys come from? And that was my kind of the start of my journey into country music,
Yeah.
which I'm also still following. And it's great to sort of to be able to do this, to be able to talk to people like you, and kind of get a connection to what's happening with country music, especially in the USA. So you need to come over.
Yes, I know. I want to. My sister just studied abroad, and now me and my parents want to literally go everywhere. And so I definitely want to go to Europe.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Well, there's definitely an audience over here. So
Yeah.
you keep putting that stuff out on Spotify and all these other streaming platforms. Coming back to your music, now you've got a new single which has just come out. That's 2 Cents.
It comes
Um,
out on Friday. So we're
right.
like a day away. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I did sort of manage to listen to a short clip of it, and it seems like a nice kind of follow on from one of your other singles, Country Gold, which is that kind of driving, really quite rocky feel to it.
Yeah, I love country rock. Country, because I mean, I started out singing rock, but I can't choose what I love more between rock and country.
There you go.
So I just put the two together, and it's so perfect that my producer is Noah Henson, the lead guitar for Brantley Gilbert. So it was like perfect because he just everything he puts on guitar, there's a little bit of rock to it
Right.
always. And so he's like the perfect person that I could start with my music with because just everything we like create is just exactly what is in my head. So I really love that. So Noah is like a big part of the rock and roll side.
Yeah, well, don't stop doing that because it sounds great. I really like that too. I mean, I listen to all sorts of music, but predominantly for me, it is rock and it is country. And why shouldn't you mix the two together? That's what I
Right?
say.
I feel like all genres are
Hmm.
mixing right now.
Yeah,
Everything is
exactly.
getting thrown into country.
Now, also next week, next Thursday, in fact, you're going to be headlining a show at the Vinyl Lounge. Now, I have no idea what that is, where it is. So, can you tell us something about the Vinyl Lounge?
Yeah, so I've actually never been there, but it's in Nashville and it's my first headlining show. I'm so excited. When my manager texted me, he was like, "Hey, we need to start looking for openers." And I was like, "Well, I'm an opener. I'm here." And he was like, "No, for you." And I was like,
Ah,
I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "Wait a second." Um, no, I'm so excited. I mean, I've opened for a lots of people. I've opened up for Riley Green, so it's so cool the fact that like I get to be the headliner in that case. So I'm really excited for it.
and you're doing this with, is it a three-piece band, four-piece band?
I have four people behind me. I have
Right,
a drummer, two guitar players, and a bass player.
right. Well, I'm going to bring this to a close because I've got lots of lovely material to make a nice little interview video with. It's been really, really nice talking to you. I love your enthusiasm.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
nice and bubbly. Lots of energy. I like that. It keeps us old folks going. So it was really nice speaking to you this evening.
Yeah, thank you so
Uh,
much.
well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. We appreciate it a lot.
Of course, anytime.
And we wish you all the best for 2025 and further on down the line, American Idol, and who knows what's coming next.
Thank
Hopefully,
you.
you'll be over here in Europe playing one of these festivals.
Hopefully. Fingers
Yes.
crossed.
And if you do, drop us a line and let us know.
100%. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll wave you goodbye and you take care.
Bye. Thank you.